Today I'll show you the transformation of my little Portulacaria Afra bonsai. This video will contain more than 2 years of transformation from all the way back in June 2022 when I started working on this tree. When I bought it, the tree looked like this. There was a straight trunk and some nice foliage as well as branches, but a really weird branch going straight to the right, almost as thick as the trunk itself. Mass produced all the way. This is what the tree looked like after the initial work. Since Portulacaria is a succulent species, it's okay to repot and work on the tree at the same time, which I did here. I planted the tree at an angle, removed the awkward side branch and all other unnecessary branches, and left enough branches on top to grow a new apex. Alright, back to the tree as it was in the beginning of the video, which is July of 2021. It was time to do some work on the tree again. I got rid of some unnecessary branches, which is a task that you will always have to perform on Portulacaria as they branch profusely. And then I came in with some wire to put some of the branches back into position. The tree had very few leaves at the time, which is a result of me just keeping it inside by a window without any additional light. But since it had just put out a new set of leaves, I knew it was ready to be worked on again. By September, the tree had put out some decent growth again. Because I had little space at the time, I had to overwinter this tree in my parents' garage. It got a little too cold over the winter, so it dropped some leaves and some branches. But by April 2022, it had put out new leaves and was back on track. From now on, it's only gonna be uphill for this tree. As you saw, there were a lot of weeds in the pot, which I think meant that the pot held too much water. I also recalled that I didn't get all the black soil out when I repotted the tree last, and I also feel that this pot looks very chunky on this tree, so I decided to do repotting. The soil was very wet, even though I hadn't watered the tree for 2 days before the repotting, so I was spot on. This could also explain some of the slower growth over the past year. I cut all elongated roots and made sure to get any black soil out of the root system. What awaited me was a very pleasant surprise, a wide new trunk base buried beneath the old soil. These were the two potential pots the tree could go into. This pot's color matches a little better with the tree, and its rough texture makes for a nice contrast to the Portulacaria bark. This pot has the more desirable shape and is very nice and shallow. The shallowness accentuates the tree and also helps with drainage, which the Portulacaria needs. As I had thought, the color of the pot matches the tree very well. It seems to be somewhat of a safe bet with this tree. I also really enjoy the new flow of the trunk now. Compared to the first pot, I don't think the color matches quite as well with this pot, but also I feel like the form of presentation looks much more elegant with this pot, as it's very flat and really highlights the tree. This is turning out to be a tough choice. Okay, reveal in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna go with the flat pot. In June you can see the tree has put on some nice growth, which is also because I started fertilizing really heavily. The wire from 2 months ago is already starting to bite in, so some of it has to be removed.
Some of the leaves have little spots. I don't know if you can see that. First I thought it would be something like a fungus, but I treated it with both fungicide and insecticide and nothing happened, so I guess it's just leaf burn. As you can see, the tree is generally very dry. Haven't watered it in 2 weeks. That's because I'm gonna put some wire on today, and it's best to have the tree be dry in order for the branches not to snap easily. As you can see here, it's quite bendy.
Originally I was going to style the tree in a weeping style, but over the course of the last 2 years I had to recognize that the branches were always coming back up, so I decided to forego the weeping style in favor of a more traditional Japanese style canopy. There was still a tiny bit of black soil in the nabari, which I didn't remove during the repotting because I was scared of damaging fine roots, but since the tree is established in the pot right now, I can safely remove it. bye.